she's good at it, but she never bets. She was like, people be asking me to bet for them all the time. I'm
You
gonna
you
tell her to
got
sign up for her account and give her a couple $100.
you got to. It's like an odds thing. So, like an example, right? Game one of Golden
Of the
State.
finals, yeah.
If you would have picked Celtics to win, you probably would have won big because everybody picked
That's
the
nice.
Dubs to win.
Mhm.
It's nice.
Oh,
It's nice.
official. All
Hey,
right. Hey,
I actually like
everybody.
it.
Thanks for tuning
Is this
in.
an in-house
My name
bet?
is Godwin. I'm one of your
Yeah,
hosts
so
with the Daily Take
I'm actually
on
a
the Take
partner in
Detroit
the brand,
Network.
but
We're going to be buffing right into one of our sponsors before we go into our guests, where we have interesting conversations with interesting people here in Detroit. Today's episode is brought to you by Element CBD Water. Ele-
cheers.
Cheers indeed. Element CBD Water is a CBD alkaline brand based water that can help boost your immune system as well as accelerate healing and improve behavioral and mental functioning.
Hey, you know what? I think I felt a little bit smarter after taking a couple
Now,
sips.
see, well, there you
Yeah,
go.
it opened them capillaries up and let the brain, you know, get
Yeah,
that,
let that blood flow.
get that blood flow, man.
Shout
So
out to Element
get-
CBD
Shout out to
water.
Elements.
Shout
man.
out to Element. So getting right into the premise of the show, having interesting conversations with interesting people here in Detroit, we've got an interesting guest here. Myself, Godwin, along with my co-host Brandon,
Yeah.
are going to break it down with you guys here and see what's going on in Detroit. So, brother Yuri Mosh.
Nuri,
Yuri
Nuri,
Nuri.
Yeah,
Man, I've been
international,
saying
man.
Nuri all
No, that's cool. That's cool. You
Brother
know,
Nuri with Drip International Modeling Agency.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Would you say was the first positive thing that you heard today?
First positive thing I heard today was my calling.
I know that's right. When that thing start, what kind of
Right.
car you got, Nuri?
I got a Ford Edge, man.
No, that's you know
I
what,
love them though.
bro.
I
I
underestimate.
I had never been in one,
Uh huh.
and until I got in one, I was like, damn,
Nice.
Good design.
Nice.
it's a real
Nice.
nice whip.
It's to me, I feel like it's the masculine version of the Escape.
Yeah,
Like
I would agree. Yeah,
no, the Escape, yeah. Because the Escape's kind of compact, kind of like
yeah, it's a little.
not being sexist, but
Yeah,
like
it's
a
a
chicky
more. It's
car,
got a more feminine
type car.
feminine style.
That Edge give you that little masculinity.
Yeah.
You know, even though it's kicking a V6, it still
it still do what it do.
moves.
So one thing, I've probably had like over 38 different jobs or functions within my lifetime.
Man.
Like I done been everything from a walk wall, climbing instructor,
real?
but a long time ago, I also find myself doing some modeling. I had a cousin who was in modeling agency.
Okay.
He was fortunate enough to model for Hugo Boss as well as a couple other big brands. I never got to that level, but I did get the opportunity to be in a couple commercials, like the BCS Bowl commercial, as well as some clothing ads and things like that.
Right.
One thing that I thought was so interesting was the amount of cash money that you make doing this. So,
Yeah.
if the models isn't making that much money, the agency got to be bringing in some dollars too. Is that true? Like, break it down for us.
I'm gonna say it like this: you're only as good as your product. Elements, very clean tasting water. It'll sell itself. So when you have a clean taste in models and don't sift through the trash, you're gonna have a good product. So it makes some money itself. I'm not saying I'm Rockefeller as of yet, but at the same time, I try to encourage our models for one to be financially literate, so they can be able to make a hard pull in the industry. Because when I say a hard pull, I'm saying be able to fly to Cali, be able to go down to Texas, be able to dib dab in Atlanta.
Were you a model yourself?
Yeah.
How'd you get into modeling?
Through the hair game. So I former hairstylist. It's safe to say I'm a former hairstylist. I've been doing hair and modeling simultaneously within the last 20 plus years. So it went from me being a hairstylist full time, and I sustained a enclosed head injury. I had to slow down on doing hair, but my mouth still worked, so I figure I can teach. You know what I mean? Seriously.
Yeah, you still
I actually got
speaking.
injured on the job. So
Oh,
you
wow.
know, that was crazy. It was a crazy experience. But
You
that's
got
how
injured on what job?
I actually cutting my brother hair.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so a light fixture fell and hit me in the head. Then
Wow.
it kind of onset a whole bunch of physical, errors that was going
Let's
on.
see.
Brain tumor,
Oh, goodness.
stage 2 kidney disease, cervical neck problems. But
This is you?
yes,
Wow.
I just can't feel it in myself to quit. But it's like I got good days, I got bad days. Everybody do. But
That's
Man,
real.
it's like I pray. I stay prayed up, man.
And that old song say we need to pray just to make it today.
It's true,
right.
true,
That's
true.
remarkable. So
Yeah.
you starting off as a hairstylist
Yes.
full time while working on set were injured. A light fixture of all things fell on top of you.
Yeah, this happened when I was actually cutting my god brother's hair. It wasn't on set in like
What was the
a
time?
fashion show.
Is this in
Salon.
2005?
Oh, 19.
Oh, this just happened.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yes.
So this happened before the pandemic?
Yes, before the pandemic. Then to
Wow.
suffer through
So then you went
I'm a
into the
COVID survivor.
pandemic.
Yeah, and I'm a COVID survivor.
Wow.
Before my daughter was even born, my wife was carrying her.
Mhm.
We both had COVID. We went through
Wow.
it. Everything hurt. Everything.
So
My
y'all
teeth was hurting.
really, man, goodness, man.
Anything
You know
with a
it's serious
nerve
when
in
your
it,
teeth hurt.
anything with a nerve in it hurt.
Man.
That's how COVID did it.
So y'all really, your entire family, y'all are really survivors to even be at this point today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let's talk about the point that you are today. You have been working and have worked and obviously overcome quite a bit to work
True.
with some major brands.
True.
What brands have you been working with and how did you build those relationships to come to and to supply talent for them?
Whew. Well, my name itself, formerly, I'm known as Cortez Epps.
Mm-hmm.
That's before I made the transition and adjusted the name accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing myself and growing, but others that know me in the industry
Mm-hmm.
know that I have modeled with W Magazine. Been published. Actually, been featured in the DIA. Been shot by world-renowned photographer Bruce Weber. Been able to rub shoulders with Kate Moss and a few other celebrities. Vivica, Ray J, Jock, Kaylin Garcia. You just to name a couple. But my name itself, I believe in delivering quality. So working with the M agency, Mike Lynch and his crew, they hired me in to do the Mad Hatter's fashion show as an instructor. I had over 50 models to actually instruct and teach. So they'll be able to deliver what the designers needed. And a lot of the key thing in modeling is being tapped into yourself. Like if you know who you are, you know how to rock a brand.
Some folks would say modeling is just putting on clothes and then they make a runway for you and you walk down the runway, you turn around and you say to a person who thinks that that's what modeling is and that's all the fashion industry is.
Stop. Just stop. If that's what you think modeling is, you should just throw in the top, because modeling is more in depth. And when I say more in depth, the old saying, you look how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you ain't feeling the look, then it can weigh on your psyche as well. But as a model, you should be able to wear anything and be able to project your energy along with the characteristics of the garment to make an impact on your potential audience, consumer, whatever. So that it to model, you gotta be okay with what's within. I don't care what walk of life you're from, your preference when it comes to your personal dealings or whatnot. You have to be okay with that.
And pull that out.
Yeah.
So as I've been paying a little bit of attention as a whole, but the career industry of those within the arts, and something that I know for certain that is going to be affecting a lot of individuals are the new ramifications as it relates to $500 transactions through third-party applications.
Yes.
So for the first time, I think since the inception of a digital-based transaction like a PayPal or a Cash App or a Venmo,
Mhm.
all transactions over $500 will need to be reported within your tax documentation and counted as traceable and viable sources of income.
Right.
I know this is going to be affecting a lot of people within the modeling industry.
It
Uh,
will.
Having experienced that myself as one of the main forms of income, one of the main forms of payment, what do you see based off of you being an agency owner,
Mhm.
how this affects you, your ability to continue to recruit and put
Ooh.
on shows as well as book talent for gigs and operations?
Well, that's really touchy because you have models that actually don't mind doing TFP, trade
What's the
for print.
teeth?
Trade for print. So let's say you guys are on set, you have a brand Element, okay? Trade for print. Hey, look, I'll give you a case of Element, a couple of our fly t-shirts, and we'll post you on our Instagram because our following may be more than your following.
Yeah.
And
Is
some models are
that's
cool.
not taken or seen as exploitation?
It's not well, it's to
I
subject.
got you.
If it makes sense to the model and it will establish them a clean, healthy portfolio, something that they can build off of, well, that's something I might advise depending on how his brand is. If they're a good brand and they're into growing, what's wrong with one hand washing the other? That's called teamwork make the dream work,
That's
right?
right.
Okay.
Collaboration.
So yeah,
Yeah.
collaboration, because you never know his network source and who might see you to might want to invest in you. So doing TFPs, I don't advise that all the time, but I advise that some of the time. Back to how that will affect the cash flow to your original question, um, that might hurt a lot of models because a lot of them they're just making it. They're just making it. So if they have to file taxes over anything over 500 or 500 and more, it's like, dang, before I can even get my pocket straight, the government in it and they
Yeah.
just digging. So the thing is, it's just creating volume for the models. Work at volume. I'm not trying to work the dog crap out of them, but financial literacy is a key too. So if they are making that 500 and they do have to pay the government, be legitimate with your taxes, have some type of backing. And that's one thing I teach my models when I do instruct. I teach them to have a business strategy or a business approach when it comes to the industry. So why not be a LLC and brand yourself? Now, yeah, even though you have to pay on that income, you're able to say, well, yeah, I had to give y'all a little bit of money, but I did travel to get to this shoot.
I got my
I
offsets.
do, yeah, have my offsets. So I did have to put gas in here. I did have wear and tear on the vehicle, so that goes into vehicle maintenance. Oh, I did have to pay for this makeup artist to get my makeup done or the barber to get my hair cut. Dang. Well, I know for this particular look, this designer asked me to grab this shoe, a belt, and a hat to go with their main pieces. So these are things that models can save on
Yeah.
that it would soften that blow. So
Right.
yeah.
No, you're right. I
Nuri,
know. Go
Oh,
ahead.
Nuri.
yeah, Nuri, how do you source your talent? How do you find your models? And do you only work in Detroit? And
I actually I was doing some here and there between here and Miami
mhm,
and anywhere in between. So sometimes I catch a flight purposely. If we had a layover 7 hours,
mhm,
I would lay over. That's cool,
uh,
and I'll do my network. So I've had the pleasure of going anywhere from Detroit, Chicago, Atlanta, Miami, and some states in between, Virginia as well. And how do I sort my talent?
mhm.
Easy. If
It's
if
just what you see.
is what is not only what I see, is what I feel.
Mhm.
And when I say what I feel is if this person is confident enough to I'm open to learn, that's it. You know.
Okay. So for the new models out there,
Mhm.
what and this is for both male and female.
Right.
What's your advice on approaching a platform like OnlyFans and how you represent yourself on the OnlyFans?
That's
Sticky subject.
that's touchy because it's. I tell my current models, don't be, and excuse the language if it may offend
Don't get
anybody,
on
but
OnlyFans.
don't be a camera whore. Don't, because that's a form of selling yourself short. If I'm supposed to be a exclusive somebody or somebody that can potentially land a major impact on the industry, why would I want 10, 20, even 5, 6 photographers having images of me? It waters me down.
Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to that OnlyFans platform, if you have the potential and the courage to go on an OnlyFans platform, then why not just kind of draw back a bit and don't settle for the right now? Look more long term, you know.
Well, what do you say to somebody? I think I saw a advertising with some young woman herself, and I don't even think they were nudes. And I think, in a very short span, maybe a month, month and a half, I think she racked up maybe $250,000. What do you say to somebody who says, "Hey, I can get out here, I can show myself, I can make this fast money"?
Well, fast money is cool to some.
Mm.
I learned my lesson with fast money, and I'm real transparent about my story along my journey, uh, going from the hair industry and the modeling industry.
Mm-hmm.
I end up catching case, and that's because as a young black man coming up in Detroit, what they don't do, or what I feel is not presented to us, is an abundance of options. So my options was do what I seen on TV or do something that related to what I learned in school. Well,
Sometimes folks end up doing
sometimes the
both, a
TV,
little bit of both.
sometimes yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit of both. Any of my teachers tell you potential to get A's and B's, right? But I tried to dumb myself down to fit in socially because I didn't want to outshine my brothers and sisters in the classroom. But I learned later on in life, dang, I should have just shined in because most of them not even doing what I'm doing. Moving forward, the fast money gets good in that life coming from the street.
Mm-hmm.
But the fast money also go fast because people don't have a financial plan established to where it's okay, if I get this fast money, what's my next move?
Right.
Am
What
I going to
happens
help
next?
somebody, or am I just going to try to live off of this for now? And then if they live off of it for now, it's over.
That's it.
So fast money, if you show it, that's your business. If you throw it, they have a plan in place, and don't sell yourself short. You know,
Do you have any tips or advice? You say you've been in the industry for the most part over the past 20 some odd years
yes,
as a hairstylist, and then coming into the modeling industry. The game done changed now. We got
ooh, a
internet now.
lot.
You got Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
Yes,
They got Patreons out. What kind of tips and advice you have for some of the newer models that are coming in, dealing with some of these things, and then for pre-existing models, what are some tips and advice that you have to remain relevant?
see, to remain relevant, I'm gonna go on that one first. To remain relevant, you have to be willing to unlearn and relearn. Okay,
That's some sage advice.
and when I say that is because back when I was modeling, it was to the point where the network was pretty much it was a smaller circle and a more of a closed market because of the platforms haven't developed or blossomed to their full potential.
You didn't
So
have all the
Facebook,
things.
the
Yeah.
Instagrams, TikTok didn't exist, Snapchat didn't exist, Patreon wasn't high in demand, and OnlyFans, I don't know where the hell that came from. Twitter was existing, but it was more, to me, it was more of a celebrity ran type thing. So I mean, star like celebrity
Yeah.
type ran thing. So you know, to those that were existing then,
And Web 1.0.
yeah. So just unlearn and relearn. So learn how to adjust to the platform. So if you notice your photo is not being viewed enough when it comes to you hitting the casting calls and stuff like that. Well, now it may be time to either hire a social marketing manager or get on there yourself and make good content,
Strategic.
good content that's not fake,
Right.
you know. And then, you know, and then to the newer models coming up, that is a part of that wave when it comes to the TikToks and Instagram and TikTok. Those are two. Well, Facebook, Instagram, one and the same because they owned by the same person.
Yeah.
But when they're on those like platforms and they're coming up and they're getting a lot of likes, don't let the likes go to your head. Actually be out here doing something other than
Keep
just
grinding.
being liked on a social platform, because now it'll be a separation of identity. You're one way in
Out
the
here.
public eye in real life, and then you're another way with your social image. Sometimes people get confused with that and they try to live how they are in real life.
Like
I mean, vice versa.
vice
Let me
versa.
switch it. Let me switch up. They try to
Live how they are
live
in
like they
social
are on a
media
social
land.
media life in real life,
Yeah.
and that can really tear up somebody instantly.
You know what? I don't know how many people have been paying attention to this Young Thug YSL case and and whatnot, but
So with YSL, Gunna, and
yeah,
Thug,
YSL
oh,
Gun
man.
and all of them. You know, if somebody is having the fourth wall on their image getting shattered right now, is the brother Young Thug, because he
Man,
don't look like Young Thug during these questioning
he's
series.
looking, yeah.
So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions
Okay.
real quick. Go ahead and answer them or say the first thing that comes to mind. All right.
Oh man, that's
Yeah,
all
one
like
of
a
those.
setup.
Yeah.
Hey, he put the banana peel and say,
Yeah.
look, try not to step on the banana peel, but you need to walk
But I'ma
over
Hey
here.
drop
man, we play
Yeah.
Mario Kart all day up in here,
Yeah.
man. You might have
Okay.
to get limber. So, can you daydream at night?
No.
Do you like to go dancing?
Yeah.
On a scale from 1 to 10, what's the highest level of pain you have ever been in?
10.
10?
10.
You
On a
got
scale of 1 to 10, what's the highest level I've ever been in?
is it 10?
Is a 10.
You gotta let us know what that is.
10 being the greatest, correct?
Like the
As in
worst pain.
highest level,
Yeah, like
the
the
greatest
greatest.
pain.
Yes. 10.
What got you to a 10?
Man. What got me to a 10? I mean, it's different variables when you come to that. Like I try not to stay too shallow. I go deep with it. For one, what got me to a 10 is to know those that love you can also be the ones that cause your demise if you let them.
Emotional pain.
Two, to see the lack of unity within my people, it makes me pain deep inside, like seriously, because it's like I'm being real 100% transparent. I just met you today, right?
You did just meet me today.
Okay. From that point on, it was like nothing but love, right?
We give
And
love
I'm
over
like
this side.
literally, bro. Like if you call me, like, hey, Nuri, what you got going on? Hey, look, I need some help at the restaurant or whatever. If it's within my godly being to do so, I would give it my best, man.
You know what? You
and
did
that's when
offer.
don't
You did
have.
offer to help.
Yeah.
I no lie.
100%. You offered to
know?
help at the restaurant.
Yeah, so it's like, how can't we have that? But then some we feel some type of way when we go into the cities like Dearborn, or we might go into
It's facts.
10 Mile and Evergreen when you get the Amish community, not Amish, but the Jewish communities and stuff like this. And we kind of have as brothers and sisters of this pigmentation, we feel some type of way because we see them and we like, dang, that we know y'all just met, but at the same time, you still hold doors open. You still, hey, don't worry about that. I'll take care of your tab. It's a lack of unity, so that pains me every day.
That's
Paying
real
for our
pain.
people. What was your first alcoholic drink?
My first alcoholic drink, I want to say, is one of two. It's either Smirnoff or Absolute Vodka. One of the two.
Fair enough for absolute. Type of music you listen to the most.
Nowadays, it's in between reggae and my own music.
Are your earlobes attached or not?
That's an open-ended question, man.
Well, it's for
So,
your
so
earlobes.
it's like, are they attached or not? I would like to say not, but they are attached to my body. So that's why I said it's kind of like one of those tricky. They attach to
Okay.
my bodies, but
If you could
usually,
trade lives with one person for an entire day, who would it be and why?
if I can trade lives
For a day.
for a day, and the reason why, not even being funny, I would trade lives with my brother, and my brother's deceased. I would like to let him get the chance to experience life nowadays, because he got murdered about 15 years ago, 16 years ago, somewhere around there. And it's to the point after 10, I really stopped counting. I see him in my dreams, but I give him a chance to walk this earth so he can see his grandson, so he can see his daughter. I would literally do that. I
Yeah,
would do that for him.
that's beautiful. So you do a lot more than just modeling, right? Like you guys get
Yeah,
fast money. Models, you guys do get a large sum of money in a more non-traditional form compared to
yeah.
somebody working a traditional. How important is it to invest? What are some of the things you're investing in? What do you think about crypto?
I Crypto. I like crypto. I like the fact that it is universal and it does not have a governing factor.
I got to ask you, because every single person I talk to has a different definition of. Can you explain that to like imagine I'm a 13-year-old. Give me a in layman's term definition of crypto from your perspective.
From my perspective, crypto, to keep it short, digital money, duh, right? It's digital money, but the digital money has to have a root or origin, right? So we use the fiat money and turn it into digital money. Digital money is backed by a blockchain. Blockchain being that security net, or to be able to say this is your money, right? That's pretty much it for the most part. To know it's secured, it's yours, and it had to be backed by something. Nowadays we changing the fiat money or the paper money into crypto because crypto seems more promising in exchange realm.
Yes.
It seems more promising. Um, the it gives us a peace of mind to know that it's blockchain and it's encrypted, so only you can access it. So it has its securities. It hasn't been proven to be faulted as of yet, and I mean I like it. It's staying hip to the age. My thing is, and you asked about investing. What would be a good thing to invest in? My love is commodities. I'm in the process of writing my second book, and it's based off of commodities. And the name of the book is From Ounces to Ounces.
What's the name of the first book?
The name of the first book is The Growth Mindset.
Okay, and the next book is From Ounces to Ounces.
Yeah, from ounces, meaning the street life,
Mm-hmm.
2 ounces,
3 ounces.
street ounces, to commodities,
Right.
because I
Would
Weigh
you
about an
would you
ounce.
believe too? Because I'm actually also, and it's interesting you say that. One of my mentors uh, brought me into this whole idea of commodities exchange
Mhm.
and investing in things like metals. And one of the very first lessons that we spoke on was unlearning the idea of pneumatic value. Is like this piece of silver right now might be worth $1.25 or $1.50, dollar, whatever you got those silver dollars, right?
Right,
But if you actually were to take this and compound it against the actual legitimate value of silver and gold, the value of that association is higher by weight than it is by value.
right.
So you're really getting something here in terms of just things that we need to be looking into to improve ourselves and our own financial literacy.
True.
How'd you come across getting involved in gold and silver?
I like shiny stuff.
What?
Like as a young man, you know, it was like I like shiny stuff. So it went from me actually being a consumer, you know, going and you know, working with my dad, you know, roofing and carpentry work, and I take my money, and my thing was candy and jewelry at the young age, right? I like jewelry, so jewelry stuck around longer. Candy, I kind of pushed that to the side, right? But when I actually got off into buying jewelry, consuming, I wanted to learn more. I had the desire to learn more. So what got me into commodities is actually breaking it down to a finer science. So I know that as a consumer, I'm buying this, but they're making a profit. How? Then when I dug and passed the how, I knew why. And I seen that, okay, silver at sterling silver at 0.925 is the purity of it. So why would I buy impure jewelry that sit on the shelf that has higher premiums when I can just go straight to the source and buy it? And silver right now going for a troy ounce is $22.19. Gold is a little bit not too far. I keep it nearby, 1850. You know what I mean? Like, you know, gold is going for 1850 a troy ounce, and that's for pure. So why would I buy 14 karat knowing it's 60% silver, 40% gold? Sounds like robbery. So it's like cutting the dope down.
Yeah.
You know.
No, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Cutting it down.
Well, Brother Nuri, it's really been insightful having this conversation with you.
Man, it's insightful having the company of it.
You know, one thing we always like is asking our guests, if you were to, you know, be on a stage giving a conference, but you know, Nuri's conference of life. Right. What would be that message, and anything else that you want to convey or get across? I know you've got a fashion show coming up in Chicago. Soon. Talk a little bit about that, as well as your closing messages before we wrap up here.
Well, my closing message to any and everybody would be, you get a lot of people that don't believe in a higher power, and you get some that do believe in a higher power. Well, if you don't believe in a higher power, at least believe in the higher power of yourself and be a good human. But if you do believe in a higher power, you have to dig deep within yourself to actually tap into that source. So either way, whichever way I said it, you have to dig deep within yourself and believe in yourself to make that connection, to make that spark, to be able to change yourself and your family, then bridge out to your community. And if you don't have no family, trust me, it's someone nearby that love you and you don't even know it, you know. So definitely just give off that positive, but it start with self.
Going inward.
Yep, going inward. You got to go inward to project outward.
My brother.
You have to. And then fashion show, Modest Fashion Week. Oh my God.
Modest Fashion Week.
That's gonna be something that
coming up.
Modest.
MODEST.
Yes.
In Chicago.
Yes, modest.
Modest
So
Fashion
is
Week
it only
in
modest
Chicago.
clothing?
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Wow.
Why not? Why not? So this is the thing. Modest Fashion Week is history making. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It's history making. I thought it was this one. But it's history making. You get what I'm saying? It's not heavily expressed in this country. Modesty.
Yeah.
They tell the model, well, the more you take off, the more people will love you. I'm against that. Like to be honest, 100%. You know, I'm against it.
Nah, I mean, it would kind of
when is the Modest Fashion Show?
The Modest Fashion Week will be June the 29th through July the 3rd.
June 29th through July 3rd.
Yeah, so we just
coming
did
right up here in Chicago.
Yeah.
You just privy to, you guys have an international phone call.
Definitely. What we will be doing in that Modest Fashion Week is a 3-day walk, meaning we have designers coming in all from over the world. I'm talking about Lagos, Africa. We have some Nigerians, Gambia, if I'm not mistaken, We have some Middle Eastern, so we have some Lebanese. We have some from Iraq.
Yeah,
We
I
have
imagine you get a lot of
Ukraine. We
Muslim
have
designers.
Philippines. Yeah, a lot of Muslim designers, and that's the thing. Even designers that aren't Muslim, but that create modest fashion, because that is important for the woman. And the thing is, it's important for the woman because society kind of beat down a woman, or she's always placed on the back burner. You know what I mean? So now is a time for her to express who she is and look beautiful and don't have to be exposed or exploited. So that's a great thing.
Keep her clothes on.
Yeah, keep her clothes on. So 3-day fashion week. Then we follow in by a unity walk that bring all the Mussolinas together. But it's like the Millionaire March, but for the sisters. You know what I mean? But men are invited, of course. You know what I'm saying? Because a good woman always need the strong men to accompany her, and vice versa. Because we need our women as well, especially they level-headed and keep us level. And then we're following that unity walk with an awards gala.
Y'all got a whole series
we have a
of
whole 5-day event, man. I mean, breathtaking.
For the whole
week. Yeah. So if they become sponsors, or
June 29th to July 3rd.
Yeah, we have sponsorships available. We do.
Where would they find out about this? Would it be through Drip International Modeling?
They can definitely tap in and inbox us on Facebook or DM us. Drip DI_modeling_agency on Instagram. DM us if you're interested, or you can go straight to the source with www.chicagomfw.com. MFW standing for Modest Fashion Week. Yes. So definitely they can tap into that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we have Mother Khadijah Farrakhan, which is the minister's wife. She's heavy into modest fashion. She's
gonna be there.
Yeah. We're presenting her award. The sister Carmen with Alnisa Designs. She actually tapped in with my wife and was like, "Sister, I love what y'all doing. Come." Get these models to us, because I know y'all got a good taste in it. Let's build together as a people. So that's a beautiful thing.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
There you have it. My name is Godwin. I'm one of your hosts, along with Brandon on the Daily Take. Had the awesome opportunity to have an interesting conversation with an interesting person here in Nuri Kosh with Drip International Modeling Agency. You'll be able to check out some of the awesome things that they're doing at the upcoming Modest Fashion Week here in Chicago, June 29th through July 3rd.
Yes.
As well as seeing a lot of Drip International models throughout the Detroit network. You may even find some donning some of the LaDon fashion
show.
Shout out to LaDon Fashion Show.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Until next time, we'll see you.
Next time.